The bad boys on the dating apps have nuclear weapons, and you're showing up with a spork. Guys, the reason why bad boys are cleaning up on the apps is because they have the audacity, the unpredictability, and just the lack of filter to say the first thing that pops into their mind. Conversely, you're showing up with politeness, flowers, a spork. You're bringing a knife to a gunfight. And what we're helping guys do with the Guy app, link in the description if you actually want to check it out and finally master the text game and start just texting like the catch you are on the dating apps, we're giving guys the tools and the tactics of the bad boy to actually defeat the bad boy in their own game. And in a couple seconds here, I'm going to actually show you an example of what this looks like in practice. But guys, to bring it to like a pop culture reference that hopefully you'll understand, think about Batman. Batman literally adopts the tactics of the criminals to defeat them at their own game. Because Batman's the only superhero that doesn't actually have any superpowers. Instead, he has to rely on his master of martial arts, his detectiveness, all that type of stuff. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movies. And so that's what we're doing with the Guy app. In order to beat the fuckboy, if you will, at his own game, we're giving you the utility belt that Batman has. Now, let me give you an example. And what you have to understand, guys, is that the reason why this actually works on the apps is because in person, the bad boys would have less success because it would be so obvious that these traits are toxic, right? But on the apps, when it's all digital, when it's all coming through a screen, all of your high value traits as a guy that made you successful in the real world are actually showing up as low value on the dating apps, okay? So let me give you an example. She says her profile mentions that she loves hiking. Now, right now, you're probably saying something like this: I love hiking too, question mark, or I love hiking too, exclamation point. I just did a great trail last weekend in the mountains. Do you have a favorite trail? Now, here's the guy's analysis of that text right here. I love hiking too. You're doing it again. She said something and you said me too. You are a parrot. You are an echo. She didn't ask if you hike. She told the world she hikes and you sprinted to stand by her and say same. I just did a great trail last weekend in the mountains. You're submitting your resume now. Here are my qualifications. I'm also outdoorsy. I have recent field experience. Please consider me for the position of a guy to talk to. Do you have a favorite trail? You're a park ranger conducting a survey. You just handed her a clipboard and this is data collection, not flirting, okay? And at this point, I put it up on the video so you can watch yourself, the screenshot. Now, here's what you should say. Number one, something is wrong with my apartment and I don't want to talk about it, but I also need to talk about it. Number two, I got a phone call from a number I blocked 2 years ago and they just breathed. Or number three, I need you to know I tried to make a shelf today and I'm not okay. And then it suggests to go with number one. But do you see how those are so much more outcome independent and just quite honestly ballsy? Because all that signals is that you have an abundance of options, you're just trying to have fun, you're not taking things too seriously, and ultimately, you're a guy who actually understands the dating process, how to flirt, how to connect, and just how to establish a good, fun vibe. Right now, with the first text of I love hiking too, have you got any good trails? That's a LinkedIn DM, literally. That's a job interview question. And it's just gonna put her in work mode. That's a lot of your guys' problems, is you're still in work mode. You log off of work at 5 p.m. or whatever, and then you open up the apps, and you're still texting as if it's like a Slack message, okay? But you really just need to adopt the mindset of the Guy app, link in the description, to start having fun by not being afraid to be chaotic, unpredictable, and have the audacity to just say the most ridiculous thing in the chat. And that's what she wants, guys. When she matches with you, she already swiped right on your profile. You already passed the test. And then you open the chat with the most boring, predictable thing she has seen a million times, and her heart sinks because she was hoping you would actually be different. She was hoping you would actually have what it takes to just say the most ridiculous thing in the chat. So I think that's really all I have for this video, honestly, guys. I mean, yeah, exactly. Right now you're just showing up with no weapons. You're bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're basically the key thing here is that you're basically the nerd in high school and the bad boy is the jock. But we're gonna give you some, with the Guy app, we're giving you some of the tactics, if you will, that make the jock attractive. The athleticism, the varsity jacket, the just not caring. The social confidence and charisma. That's what the Guy app is helping you do, all right? So free trial, link in the description, check it out, paste in a chat, paste in a new thread or an existing conversation, doesn't matter, and get 3 hand-picked lines to move forward. All right, guys, that's it for me in this one. Any questions, drop a comment and I'll get back to you. Subscribe, 5 videos per week, all right? Talk to you later, bye.